Falkirk are back in the Scottish Premier League for the first time in 15 years. After winning the Scottish Championship last season, the Bairns finally achieved promotion, and that means Falkirk are back in FC26 for the first time in over a decade. And today we take charge of Falkirk with the ultimate end goal of winning them a Champions League trophy. This is not going to be easy, boys. And if you do enjoy the content, boys, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Let's waste no more time though. Let's get Falkirk rebuilt in FC26. So this is the Falkirk team we have loaded into in FC26. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. Genuinely, this is the worst team I have ever started with. Now, Falkirk come in at a whopping 1 star out of 5. It's our objective to make them a 5-star team, win the Champions League, and hopefully add a few Scottish trophies to the trophy cabinet as well. So I think it goes without saying this team's going to need a hell of a lot of work just to not finish bottom of the SPL, let alone win trophies. Now, Falkirk actually have Bolton legend Scott Arfield on their books, 36-year-old, 68 rated. He's actually a good player for this level. We have also got Scott Bairns as well, who's a good goalkeeper for the level, but both over 30, both going to start decreasing in overall, both out of contract as well. It's not looking good, boys. And the contract situation at the club is absolutely dire, lads. Literally almost half of the squad out of contract are only in on loan. Some of our better players are actually only in on loan as well, like Lewis Nielsen. He looks amazing, 22-year-old, 64 rated. And Ethan Williams of Manchester United, 19-year-old and 60 rated. These are two amazing players for the level and for their ages. And don't go thinking we're going to be able to splash the cash either. £1 million is all that sits in our bank account, lads. We're in trouble. Now, we're actually going to be sticking with this formation, boys, because just looking at the rest of the squad, this is actually the best formation suited to the players that we've got. However, we have changed the personnel around in the starting 11 as players like Williams and Mackie come into the starting 11, but I still think this squad is very poor. We're probably going to finish bottom of the league this season. And I'm sorry, boys, when you've got a team as bad as this, the only way you can play is with a counter-attacking system. By the way, Falkirk fans, I'm not calling your team rubbish by any stretch of the imagination. Just in FC26, this is a really bad squad. Now, because the team is so bad, boys, for the early seasons at least, we are going to be relying on our youth academy, and it's like God is smiling down on us as he's actually give us a really good goalkeeper. 17-year-old Harrison Dickinson, 66 to 90 potential. He is getting promoted straight to the senior team. He's going to be our first choice goalkeeper, and by the looks of things, we've got a really promising looking centre back as well, Malcolm McDonald, 74 to 94 potential, 56 rated, 15-year-old. Don't be surprised to see him in the starting 11 come the start of next season. Now, only having £1 million in the bank really limits what we can do in season 1. I'm just going to focus on getting coaches in and getting our youth scouting done. There won't be any signings in season number 1, unfortunately, boys. Now, on this channel, boys, we always use your recommendations when it comes to nations for our youth scouting, and today is no different. Season 1, we are going with this comment. We are going to be scouting Sweden, and Luke wants us to try and find the next Ibrahimovic, so we are going to be looking for strikers while we're in Sweden. Now, to be honest, boys, our season 1 preparations are more than likely done, meaning our starting 11 is now locked in for season number 1. We are now going to be simulating forward straight through to the end of season number 1. Let's see how we get on with Falkirk, and hopefully we don't finish bottom of the league. So we have arrived at the end of season number 1, lads, and we were absolutely shocking. We finished second bottom in the SPFL on 32 points, only won 8 games all season. It's been that bad of a season, boys. I just want to give a brief overview and get straight into season 2. In the Scottish Cup, we were knocked out in the first round by Aberdeen. 5 players have left the club in the transfer window, which left us with enough money to make Ethan Williams' loan into a permanent deal for 600 grand. He's a great player. And we'll also be losing a further 9 players at the end of the season, as all the players you can see here did not ask for new contracts, so we'll all be leaving. And I don't think any of these loan players are good enough to be made into a permanent deal. Leaving our starting 11 looking like this, we're going to need a lot of improvements in season number 2. We have got 2 youth players in the starting 11 though, in Dickinson and McDonald, who look like really good players. We're going to be looking to sign a right back, central midfielder, centre back, and potentially a striker as well in season number 2, but we're not going to have a lot of money, which may hold us back. And finally, onto the stats. Scott Arfield was our best player this season, getting 15 goals and 7 assists. The rest of the team were absolutely shocking, to be honest. Thank God that's over. Let's just get straight into season 2. So we have arrived in season 2, and my God, we need a good transfer budget. We've got 2 million. Oh, what are we going to do, boys? We've got to replace like 10 players. Right. Plan. We're going for loan to buys. We're going for frees. Let's see what we can do with the squad, because oh my God, it genuinely needs some serious work. So we have had a very busy transfer window, boys. We've made 7 new signings, and I think we have massively improved the team. The first player we signed was a backup goalkeeper, Nahuel Gonzalez, 21-year-old, 65 rated, really decent player. He's going to play backup to Henderson this season. We then signed a new first choice centre back, and it is actually a regen. We found Sebastian Cox on the free agents list. He's 17-year-old, 65 rated. rated, 6'6", and he's left-footed. Really good stats. He is going straight into the starting 11. We then made our first loan to buy signing of the rebuild. Ben Brannan joined us from Kilmarnock on a season-long loan with an optional future fee of £1 million. 19-year-old, 63 rated, really good player. We are going to be changing his position though to a right back. We then signed another free agent, Yannis Doroka, from the free agents list. 22-year-old, 6'2", 65 rated, really good player. Massive upgrade on what we already had. He's going straight into the starting 11. And we also signed a midfield partner for Doroka, Mohamedou Suso of Manchester City. He joins on a 2-season loan with an optional future fee of £1.5 million. 21-year-old, 66 rated, really good stats. A really good player. Plagued by injuries a bit in real life. Hopefully he's going to kick on here at Falkirk. We then made our third loan to buy signing of the transfer window, bringing in one of the best young Scottish strikers in the game, James Wilson, on loan. He was playing for Roma. We've got an optional future fee of £1.9 million in 2 seasons time. 19-year-old, 68 rated, really mobile striker with good finishing for the SPFL. But then we found an absolute gem on the free agents list, boys. Lyle Cameron had been released by Rangers. He's 23 years old, 70 rated, unbelievably well-rounded stats. Instantly becomes one of the best players at the club. This is a real statement signing. And I think all 7 of these signings massively improved the squad, and we haven't even spent a single transfer fee. And we've got 250 grand left, so unless we sell anyone, it's looking like youth scouting's off the table this season. So there's definitely not going to be another signing in season number 2, meaning this is going to be the starting 11 to take us into the second season. We have massively improved our team, boys. We're going to give McDonald a season to grow. He has got really good potential, and I genuinely think we should be nowhere near the bottom 2 again this season. So this starting 11 is now locked in for season number 2. We have sold 2 players as well in this transfer window, boys. Ross McIver and Liam Henderson have both left the club for nominal fees, which leaves us with 700 grand in the bank, lads. We need to keep some money to one side for contracts this season, and that leaves us with nothing else to do but simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. And I'm really hoping to see some significant improvement on the pitch from Falkirk this season. So we have arrived at the end of season number 2, boys. Have we been better than season 1? Of course we have, boys. We've actually finished 5th in the SPL, which is fantastic. We won 14 games this season, finishing on 54 points, which is a massive improvement on last season. Celtic go on to win the league. And we did get to the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup, but we did lose to Rangers 3-0. A few players did leave the club on free contracts, the likes of Adjiman, Adams, Donaldson and Ross, as they all didn't want new deals. We also sent Brad Spencer out on loan until the end of the season. He's back with us for the start of season 3. Speaking of season 3, this is going to be the team that we take into the new season. Really decent team on paper. We have seen a lot of growth. Were we going to be looking to improve the team in season 3 though? Left back, centre back and right midfield are 3 positions I think have to be improved. Will we actually spend any transfer fees in season 3? I'm not 100% sure, because we do have to make Brannan's loan into a permanent. We could make further improvements, but it's all down to how much money the Falkirk board decide to give us. Hopefully they give us more than £2 million. So in terms of stats this season, we did score a lot more goals, and Lyle Cameron was statistically our best player, getting 15 goals and 5 assists. What a great signing he's turned out to be. James Wilson had a very successful first season of his loan, getting 15 goals. I do think we're in a good position heading into season 3. So we have arrived in season number 3, boys, and we asked for more than £2 million. The board have actually give us more. They've given us £3 million. I'm taking that as a bit of an insult. So the first order of business for us in season number 3 is to make Ben Brannan's loan into a permanent deal. He's 20-year-old, 66 rated. He is a decent player. For only £1 million, I think he'll be a decent signing. And Ben Brannan signs, boys, for £1 million. After this, the only signings we're going to make are going to be free agents and loans to buys again. So signings have been made, boys. We've made 3 further signings after the Brannan deal. I'm really impressed with the business we have done. So the first player we signed was Olabade Aluko on a season-long loan from Leicester with an optional future fee of 800 grand. He is 20 years old, 64 rated, decent stats. The main thing about Aluko is he has got upwards of 83 potential. I'm willing to take a chance on him. He's going to be our starting fullback. Then on to our first of 2 free agent signings, we signed Ajibola Alese on a 3-year deal. 26-year-old, 70 rated left back, 6'3". However, we will be converting him to a centre back, and he's going to be a starting centre back for us. I'm expecting his overall points to go up by 1 or 2 just by changing his position alone. And then on to our marquee signing of season number 3, and this is our most high-profile signing today. We have signed Frank Surdes on a 2-year deal, as he wouldn't accept anything higher. He's 25-year-old, 72 rated, can play all across the attacking line. Really good good stats. At 72 rated, he becomes one of the best players at the club. I'm really happy with this signing. Now we're left with just 400 grand in the bank, so it's looking highly unlikely we're going to do any more business in this transfer window. One or two players could leave us, however, and that means this is going to be the Falkirk team to take us into season 3, looking very, very decent on paper now after all our new signings. Our starting 11 is now locked in for season number 3. Got a decent bench as well, boys. Some youth players coming through when we are definitely heading in the right direction with Falkirk. Onto the youth scouting, we've actually got a little bit of money put to one side this season, and for season 3 we are going with this comment. We are going to be scouting Yemen, but we are going to be looking for strikers, wingers and centre backs. Hopefully we can find someone decent. As of right now, we are going to be simulating forward straight through to the end of the season. If anything happens though, I will bring you back and let you know. As of right now, it's go time for season 3. So we have arrived at the end of season 3, lads, and we've actually had a very good season. We've finished 4th in the SPL on 65 points, only losing 7 of our 38 games, and I think, boys, this means we have secured some kind of European football for season number 4. Could be Conference League, could be Europa League, I'm not too sure yet. All in all, this has been an outstanding season. Hopefully we can build on this in seasons to come, and we would actually reach the Scottish Cup final, boys, and lose a thriller to Rangers 4-3. Absolutely gutted to lose the final, but getting to the final is a massive achievement for a club like Falkirk. So it's been a very successful season on the pitch for Falkirk. This is how the team is looking. Very, very strong team on paper. Only one player in the starting 11, Aluko, is below 70 rated. We've seen amazing growth all across the team. Where do we need to improve the team in season number 4 though? Well, lad, we have got to make Suso and Wilson's loans into permanent signings. That is going to use up about £3 million. I'm just hoping we're going to get enough to actually make both signings permanent, because they are key first team players, and to be honest, boys, I don't think we'll be able to make another signing after that, because we don't really have many saleable assets at the club. Probably just going to focus on youth scouting and making Wilson and Tahuso's loans permanent. And we've also got to make Aluko's loan permanent as well, which I didn't realise. Dependent on how much money we've actually got, we're definitely going to make Tahuso and James Wilson's loans permanent, because they are key first team players. I do think Aluko can be replaced with another loan signing, so if we don't have enough to make him permanent, it's fine. In terms of stats this season, James Wilson really burst into the goals. He got 21 goals and 5 assists, grew to 77 rated. Cameron and Serdas had great seasons as well. We are showing signs of building a really strong squad here at Falkirk. So we have arrived at the start of season number 4, and we've once again only been given £3 million, which could be catastrophic, boys. Now we face a massive decision, boys. We've got £3 million in the bank. Aluko's buy option's 860 grand. Suso's buyout is 1.3 million, and James Wilson's buyout 1.95 million. Lads, out of all these players, I absolutely have to make Wilson a permanent signing. He's the pick of the bunch. 21-year-old, 77 rated, worth 24 million. Lads, it could be the only business we do this summer, but I've got to make Wilson permanent. We'll have to go back out into the market and try and find a replacement CDM and left back. And Wilson signs, boys, for 1.95 million, but I've got really bad news. After signing Wilson, we are left with just 349 grand in the bank, meaning we cannot sign Aluko or Suso, which is a massive loss. I really was expecting to get a little bit more than 3 million this season, and if I had to choose a position we have to improve, it's CDM. I'm going to have one look now on the free agents list, see if anyone's on here. Hopefully we can in fact bring someone in who can improve our team. Thankfully, boys, we have managed to sign a CDM, and it's actually a really good signing. We've brought in Aaron Fiedler from the free agents list. 19-year-old, 71 rated, 6'3", left-footed CDM with really good stats. He looks like a really adequate replacement for Suso. I know it's a regen, boys, they're not ideal. We've literally been shafted every single season with dreadful budgets. It'd be absolutely impossible to progress this rebuild without signing some free agent regens. Now, we're not expecting any more business to take place. I would have liked to replace Mackie, but it's just not going to happen. We've only got 96 grand in the bank. We are going to try and sell 1 or 2 rotation players, because I need to have some money in the bank to renew contracts. For the second time in this rebuild already, lads, it's looking unlikely we're going to get any youth scouting done. Lads, we have just signed an absolutely unbelievable fullback. I'm so glad we couldn't afford a Luco, man. Oh my god. We have signed Owen Beck on a 4-year deal. He's 25-year-old, 75 rated. Unbelievable stats. Becomes one of the best players at the club. We've beat Premier League Wolves to his signing. Still got a bit of potential as well. He is a whopping 7 overall points higher than a Luco. What a signing this is, and what a way to round off what's actually turned out to be a very, very strong transfer window. And look at how strong the team is now looking, boys. We couldn't sneak into the Champions League places this season, could we? I mean, we are in the UEFA Conference League. We could get far in that competition with the squad we've got. I am really, really excited about our prospects heading into season number 4. The starting 11 is now officially locked in, boys. Now, we can't afford to do any youth scouting right now, boys, but when we loan some youth players out, we'll save money on their wages. We will be going with this comment for this season. We are going to be scouting Luxembourg, and I'm going to be looking for defensive players while we're in Luxembourg. We're now going to be simulating forward straight through to the end of season number 4. It's been a very eventful transfer window. Is it going to be an eventful season, though? So we have arrived at the end of season 4, lads, and it's back-to-back 4th place finishes, but our performance was immense this season. In a 38-game season, we only lost 5 times, but we did draw 14 games. We got 71 points in the end. If we could turn some of them draws into wins, lads, I genuinely think in season 5, if the board back us, that is, we could win the SPL. And silverware has been acquired, boys. We've won the Scottish Cup. We've beat Celtic 3-1 in the final, adding a Scottish Cup to our trophy cabinet. Honestly, boys, if the board do not back us after this season, 5 losses in a 38-game season, a Scottish Cup one, honestly, we need money. We need money to get to that next level. And this season, we were in fact in the Conference League, and we got knocked out in the league phase. We only won 1 of our 6 games. I mean, the team's looking really good on paper, lads. We've got 2 players now over 80 rated, growth all across the team. We've got young academy players on the bench who are growing as well. Honestly, it just comes back to that thing, doesn't it? We just need investment, boy. Probably not going to get it, which means we could be stuck to signing frees and loans again, which I hope we're not. I think we could do with a new left midfielder to replace Williams. He's not really growing at the rate we want him to, and I may look to bring in some depth for the bench, boys. We've got a lot of players here who are just not up to standard. I might even loan players like Ali and Anderson out, because if we keep getting really poor budgets, boys, my eye starts to look towards selling James Wilson, because his market value is 65 million. We could probably get about 100 million for him. There is a 23% sell-on clause. Selling him for massive money could really alter the course of this rebuild. It's definitely something to keep in the back of our minds moving forward. And in terms of stats this season, James Wilson is smashing it in the SPL. Probably the best player in the league. Cameron and Serdes were amazing as well. So we have now arrived in season 5, boys, and we've only been given £5 million. Honestly. Right, I've had a think, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give James Wilson another season to grow. Hopefully he'll get to like 85 rated this season, and then I'm going to sell him. Hopefully get like 120 million for him, something like that. Then we can build the team properly next season. It's going to be 1 more transfer window of frees and loans, and I think unfortunately we're going to be forced to cash in on Wilson. Otherwise we are never ever going to progress with Falkirk. But before we get into transfers this season, we're going to get our youth scouts out scouting. For this season, we're going with this comment. We are going to be scouting Indonesia. Good luck, by the way. Really hope to see you qualify for the World Cup. And I'm going to be looking for defenders while I'm in Indonesia. So we've had to play this transfer window really smart, lads. We've made 4 new signings, 2 first team starters, 2 rotation players, all from the free agents list. The first player we signed was a backup left back, Fahim Yahia. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 71 rated, 27-year-old left back. Nothing special at all, boys. Just an upgrade on Mackie. He's going to be a rotation player for season 5. The second player we signed was a backup attacking midfielder, Michael Golding. Joins on a 5-year deal. He's 23-year-old, 73 rated, actually got decent stats. He's actually a good player, can also play on the wing as well. He's going to give us squad depth in the attacking midfield position and left midfield position. We then signed a regen free agent who was too good to pass up, Tete Azuego, 20-year-old, 74 rated, CDM with really good stats and excellent potential. Can also play right back as well, a versatile player. He's going straight into the starting 11. And now time for the best signing of season number 5, boys. We signed a new left midfielder, Papa Diallo, 25-year-old, 76 rated, winger, worth 14 million. Champions League clubs trying to sign him. He's got potential of 81 to 87, so he could turn out to be a really big player for us. And I think all 4 of these signings definitely make us stronger. I think we've had a really good transfer window. So not a lot of change to the starting 11. Ezuego and Diallo come in, and you may notice that Fiedler has dropped to centre-back. We are changing his position from CDM to centre-back because I think his stats would be really good for a centre-back. So we've had a little bit of movement out of the door as well in this transfer window. As you can see, Dylan Tate has left the club for close to £1 million. We have also loaned out 2 youngsters, Alistair Anderson and Oscar Ali, to get some valuable first team minutes. I don't actually expect any more business to take place in this transfer window, so our starting 11 is going to be locked in for the new season. I think we've got a really good team on paper here. And now, to be honest with you, boys, I don't think there's anything else we can do in season 5 but simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. We're in the Europa League this season. I'm hoping to get through the league phase, and I'm hoping to break into the top 3 in Scottish football. Can we do it though? Only one way to find out. So we have arrived at the end of season number 6, lads, and we have seen some progress. We have finished 3rd in the SPL on 72 points, meaning I think that guarantees us Europa League football for next season. But look at the gap between us and the Champions League clubs, Rangers and Celtic. 16 points separating us. Even though we won 22 games, we need investment. But we would retain our Scottish Cup crown, boys. We beat Rangers 4-3 on penalties, adding a second Scottish Cup to our trophy cabinet. And if I needed any further backing up, boys, we actually made the round of 16 in the Europa League, narrowly lost on penalties to Benfica 5-3, and they would actually go on to win the entire tournament. Just goes to show we are a really good team who just need some money. I mean, the team now speaks for itself, boys. Multiple 80 rated players. If I do get a good budget next season, I will be looking to improve the defence, maybe a new centre-back, maybe a new full-back as well, just to boost up the average overall. Really happy with the team we've built, boys. We could definitely do with a new backup CDM, maybe. And we have got a really big decision to make on James Wilson, boys. We could sell him for like 150 million, and it's going to really progress the rebuild on with no other options, boys. So at the end of the season, we are losing 3 players. Sean Mackey, Brad Spencer and Connor Allen are all being released. Clearly, they're just not good enough to play for us anymore. And in terms of stats this season, James Wilson was once again amazing, getting 27 goals and 2 assists. Papa Diallo turned out to be an amazing signing. He got 20 goals, and Lyle Cameron was also amazing, 20 goals and 13 assists. These 3 players really did carry us this season, and we've got some really big decisions to make in season number 6. So we have arrived in season 6, boys, and we've only been given £11 million. We cannot improve the team with this money, and that's made us make one hell of a difficult decision, boys. We are going to be selling James Wilson. He is 23-year-old, 86 rated with a market value of £143 million. Honestly, boys, I think we can get 170 million for him. We do have a 23% sell on, which isn't ideal. I'm hoping to come out of the deal with at least 100 million, and I think we can go a really long way with that money. Let's just get Wilson sold first and then see what we can do. Right, boys, we come with news. Ajibola Alese has joined West Ham for £8 million. He's someone we're going to be looking to replace this season, and West Ham did complete a double deal, boys. They signed James Wilson from us for £193 million. Wish him all the best, boys. Been a great player for us. You can see there, 193 million. Now we are left with £145 million in the bank. That 23% sell on really did cripple the deal, but that's more than enough money to improve the team. We now need a new striker, a new centre back, and I'm going to go for a new left back as well to replace Owen Beck. And I think with 145 million we should have more than enough to complete these deals. So, boys, we have put the James Wilson money to good use, making 7 new signings. And I can't lie, boys, this transfer window has completely changed the shape of this entire rebuild. Now, the first player we signed was in fact a backup defensive midfielder, as we signed Bailey Rice from West Brom, £7 million. 23-year-old, 75 rated, young Scottish player with really good potential. I think he'll be a really good backup heading into the new season. The second player we signed was a backup winger, Abu Kamara, who joins us from Hull City for £10 million. 27-year-old, 77 rated, really decent winger, can play on both flanks. Another good rotation option. We then signed a striker who's going to be a backup option this season. Bobby Wales joins from Swansea for £9 million. 25-year-old, 77 rated, can play left mid and cam as well. Really good stats, good finisher. Another player who I think will be a really good rotation option. The first player we signed was a left back, Harry Amas, 23-year-old, 80 rated. Fantastic stats, really well rounded. Signed from Leipzig for £30 million. He's a fantastic player who will be our starting left back. We then signed Wilson's replacement, Mohamed Maite, joins us for £35 million from Stade Rennais. 22-year-old, 6'4", 81 rated striker with fantastic potential, great dribbling and great finishing. Really excited to see how he gets on for Falkirk. And the final signing, the big one, the marquee signing, Luka Vuskovic signs for the club for just £30 million, £18 million below his market value because his contract was expiring. 82 rated, 6'4", unbelievable defender, one of the highest potential centre-backs in FC26. This is a monstrous signing for the club, and I know everyone's probably screaming unrealistic, lads. This rebuild is not meant to be realistic. That leaves us with £13 million in the bank, which we are going to save for now for contracts and finally getting some new coaches into the club. But with our new signings added to our starting 11, this is going to be the Falkirk team to take us into season number 6. We look much better already, lads, with our new signings. Really confident these players are going to grow loads as well. With future-proof the team. The starting 11 is locked in for the new season. I'm hoping come May everyone's above 80 rated and Champions League qualification is finally secured. I'm really confident about our chances heading into season 6. Now I think it's finally time that we do some youth scouting in Scotland. We are going to be looking for defenders and defensive midfielders. I feel like those positions are places we could need to improve in the next transfer window. Let's now simulate forward straight through to the end of the season, and I'm I'm really excited to see how this team gets on. So we have arrived at the end of season number 6, lads, and we have finally won the Scottish Premiership, boys, and we have done it in style, accumulating 93 points, scoring 100 goals and only losing 1 game all season. Falkirk are the champions of Scotland, secured Champions League football and added a Scottish Premiership to the trophy cabinet. What a season, boys, made even better by the fact that we have also won the Scottish Cup for the 3rd consecutive season, adding another Scottish Cup to our trophy cabinet. What a season for Falkirk. And you know what, boys, our performance in the Europa League was also very strong. We got to the semi-final of the Europa League, lost to Athletic Club 4-3 over 2 legs. They've even gone on to win the competition. We are definitely heading in the right direction, and this starting 11 is now looking absolutely amazing on paper, boys. Unbelievable growth across all the positions. There's one position in this team I really want to improve. That's the goalkeeper. Dickinson's 23.79 rated, but his development has seriously slowed down. But I'm not confident we're going to get a big budget off the board. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to actually replace Dickinson, but that's the only business I think we need to do in season 7. I think we've definitely got a squad here that's more than capable of competing in the Champions League. And when it comes to stats this season, Wilson, Mohamed Maite was amazing, getting 27 goals and 5 assists, growing to 85 rated. What a first season for the man. And by the way, boys, remember 86 rated James Wilson, who we sold last season? He's now 98 rated at West Ham and probably the best player in the game. Yeah, could we have kept him? I don't know. So we have arrived in season number 7, boys. It's looking unlikely we're going to get a new goalkeeper. We've only got £19 million in the bank. Not even sure what I can do with this budget given where we're at as a club. I am actually going to scour the free agents. Sometimes there's really good regen goalkeepers on there. We will send our youth scouts out this season looking for goalkeepers. Boys, when you just couldn't love the free agents list anymore, we have just found an 18-year-old 83 rated regen goalkeeper. I think this is Courtois' regen, 6'4", 83 rated, left-footed. Lads, all of our prayers have been answered. And there we go, boys. 18-year-old 83 rated goalkeeper acquired for zilch, and he's literally on 10 grand a week as well. Come on now. And if De Klerk is the only signing we make this summer, it really adds some significant value to our team, because you cannot deny this is a strong Champions League level team on paper. My only issue with this rebuild so far is what player am I going to put in the thumbnail that's going to make people actually click on the video? So there has been one other signing, lads. We've signed Dane Murray from Celtic for £11 million. 28-year-old 78 rated centre back in to be a rotation option. Also weakened Celtic as well going into the new season. Murray was signed because Cox handed in a transfer request, so we sold him for £11 million to Darmstadt. We are in the process of selling Nahuel Gonzalez, but to be honest with you, boys, that could be our transfer window done, and our very exciting starting 11 is now locked in for season number 7. Very strong team on paper, very strong bench. Really excited to see how we get on in season number 7. I think it's going to be a cracker. Let's now simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. I'm intrigued to see how we get on in the Champions League. Well, we have arrived at the end of season 7, lads, and we are now starting to dominate Scottish football. We've won the league again, convincingly, finishing 12 points ahead of Celtic on 96 points. 97 goals scored, meaning we have scored 197 league goals in 2 seasons. We are far too good for this division. 31 wins out of 38, and that's another Scottish Premier League added to our trophy cabinet. But very surprisingly, boys, we couldn't actually retain our Scottish Cup crown for the 4th consecutive season. We was actually knocked out at the first hurdle. And in the Champions League, boys, we would make it to the quarterfinals and lose narrowly to PSG 4-3 over 2 legs. Do you know what? I'm really impressed with our performance in the Champions League this season, and this just confirms it for me. Look how strong our team is on paper. 388 rated players, 189 rated player. I would like to bring a new CDM in next season, but I don't think we're going to have the budget to do so unless I sell one of the CDMs, which could be done, which actually could be a good idea, to be fair. I'm happy with the defence, I'm happy with the goalkeeper, happy with the attack. Just want a world-class CDM in there. So in terms of stats this season, despite being injured, Mohamed Maite had an unbelievable season once again, scoring 31 goals, getting 5 assists. And I need to give a big shout out to Michael Golding. 20 goals in 43 games at 79 rated. That is an insane season. We've got one little bit of transfer news to bring your way before we head into season 8. Bobby Wales handed in a transfer request and we sold him to Sporting Lisbon for 17 million. And we replaced him with Salim Musa from Werder Bremen for 13 million. 26-year-old, 79 rated, 6'6", rapid, good physical striker. Just gives us that different option off the bench. So we have now arrived in season number 8, boys. I've only got 23 million in the bank, another poor budget, but I have had an idea which I think could help us out. In fact, lads, I've just seen something I didn't really want to see. Frank Cerdes is actually out of contract at the end of the season. He's worth 30 million. Is it a more alarming issue of replacing him, who won't really get much better? If we look at the ages of our CDMs, Uzego is 23-year-old and 82 rated. Darocca's 28 and 82 rated. I actually think the bigger issue here is going to be replacing Cerdes, who's actually out of contract. Right, so that is going to be the plan, boys. We're actually going to look to improve on Cerdes. So, boys, we have accepted 2 bigs for Frank Cerdes, 29 million from 2 clubs, but this has just caught my eye. 127 million bid for Papa Diallo. Could actually get up to 170 million for him, lads. I'm going to cash in on Papa Diallo, which is going to give us a huge influx of cash. Then we can sign a CDM right mid and left mid. I think we will be in a really good position to challenge in the Champions League. This is what you've got to do, boys, when you get given bad budgets. You've got to work with them. You've got to try and sell your best players to reinvest in the squad. Oh my god, they're going to accept it. So we're going to get 150 million for Pap Diallo. We're going to get 29 million-ish for Cerdes. We're definitely going to be able to sign a CDM right mid and left mid in this transfer window. And there we have it, boys. Cerdes and Diallo have gone, and we have got 179 million pounds to improve the team. So we have had a very busy transfer window, boys. There was one further outgoing. Abu Kamara left for PSV for 18.5 million. We replaced Kamara with Adam Karabek. We only paid 12 million pound for him. 29-year-old, 79 rated. Not really much difference between the two players. He's in to be a backup. Then we made 3 very, very exciting signings with our money. The first of which was a CDM from Bayern Munich, Ibrahima Bangura, signed for just 25 million pounds. 28-year-old, 84 rated, unbelievable stats, really, really good player, instantly our best CDM. We then signed Diallo's replacement, Jesus Rodriguez from Como. We signed him for 60.8 million pounds, 85 rated, 26-year-old, can play on both flanks, absolutely rapid, great passing and dribbling stats, fantastic player who's actually still got a bit of potential as well. And now on to the signing I'm most excited about for season number 8. Ben Gannon-doak has joined us from Aston Villa for 60 million pounds, 26-year-old, 85 rated, fantastic stats, very similar player to Rodriguez, and I think we have really strengthened in this transfer window. And when we look at the starting 11, this is a fantastic starting 11 on paper. Loads of world-class players in every single position. The bench is looking stacked as well, multiple 80 rated players on there. I'm actually really excited to see how we get on this season. We're not expecting any more transfer business to take place, so our starting 11 is officially locked in for season number 8, meaning there's nothing left to do but simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. Looking forward to competing in the Champions League this season. So we have arrived at the end of season 8, lads, and once again we win the SPL. Not as convincingly this time though, boys. We only scored 89 goals and we only got 90 points, and it's still another SPL trophy to the trophy cabinet. But we wouldn't win the Scottish Cup again. We would lose to Celtic 4-2 in the semi-finals. We are just hogging all the trophies in Scotland at this point anyway. And we've made the Champions League final, boys. We are going to be taking on Barcelona, and lads, we were absolutely amazing in the league phase. Didn't lose a single game, scored 24 goals, won 6, drawn 2, topped the pile. Some team we have built here at Falkirk. That would put us straight into the round of 16. We would smash Arsenal in an England versus Scotland tie, beating them 5-2 over 2 legs, to then set up a quarter-final with Benfica, and I actually feel quite sorry for them. We beat them 8-3 over 2 legs. That is an absolute demolition. We'll then set up a semi-final against PSG, our arch nemesis, and we beat them 3-1 over 2 legs to set up a final with Barcelona. And it's no surprise we've done so well this season, lads. The team is looking absolutely amazing. You may notice though that Darocca is in at left centre-back. That's because Fiedler got a season-ending injury. He was 86 rated. He got injured in October and he's missed an entire season. He is going to be a big miss going into the final. And our stats this season are really impressive. Mohamed Maite was incredible, getting 27 goals and 6 assists. Cameron, Rodriguez, Golding, Musa, all fantastic. Even Doak with 14 goals. We absolutely banged the goals in this season. Now onto the Hall of Fame. There's only one person who I can even consider for this. Lyle Cameron. Absolutely amazing since season 2. Grown to 91 rated. He's been amazing every season. He's scored goals and got assists every season. So for that reason, Lyle Cameron is the Hall of Fame inductee for the Falkirk rebuild. And now all that's left to do, boys, is try to win the Champions League, and we're taking on Barcelona. Now we know we've got a really strong team, boys, but what is Barca's going to be looking like? Well, they have Højlund, Pierre, Firmin, Regen, who's 90 rated. They've got 95 rated Yamal on the wings. They've got Pedri, who's 93 rated. We've got 2 91 rated players. They've got 3 90 rated players. We've got more high 80 rated players than them. Probably got even teams, to be fair, boys. Just hoping we can get the win in this final. Rodriguez with a chance to shoot, but it's cut out by Fermin Lopez with a chance to get forward here up to Maite. He's got a bit of space. The pass is on. What a ball to Rodriguez, who's offside. Oh no. Got a foot in. Nope. Good save by the goalkeeper. Hoyland with the first shot on target of the game. Get that out. Free header. What a save. What a save by the goalkeeper. There's the pass. What a chance. It's Ezuego, CDM. Probably not the man you want it to fall to. And he scores, boys. 1-0 to Falkirk. Honestly, this entire chance comes from an absolute wonder save from de Klerk. We're too quick on the break, and it's an amazing finish by Ezuego. We are 1-0 up in this Champions League final. Oh, that was a shocking tackle by Cameron. That could be a red card. I'd love to get a second goal here, boys. I can't lie. Give us a bit of breathing room. That's actually a really good ball. Oh. Rocker. What a ball from Rocker. Maite, this will be an amazing goal. Oh, what a save. Oh my God. And that's half time, boys. Really encouraging half. 2 amazing saves from our goalkeeper. We've had chances as well. 1 goal separates the sides. Save it. Oh my God, man. 70 on the clock. We've been really good in the second half, to be fair. Ezuego again can burst through the centre. He's tackled. Not really much happened in the second half, lads. I can't lie. Come on. Let's seal the game. Doak. Oh my God, this goalkeeper is literally on steroids, man, Cameron. He got a lot of time to pick a cross out here. And that's a terrible ball. Oh, it's a massive mistake from the keeper. And Vuskovic seals the game and makes it 2-0. What was the goalkeeper doing? Tackle by Cameron. There's the full-time whistle, lads. We have beaten Barcelona 2-0. And Falkirk are, in fact, the champions of Europe. And it will be our Hall of Famer, Cameron, who does the honours and lifts the trophy. Honestly, what a rebuild this has been. We've racked up so much silverware. Falkirk are the champions of Europe, boys. That's another rebuild successfully boxed off. So just want to say a massive thank you for watching the video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. It does really help me out. We're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers. And I will see you in the next one when we rebuild the worst team in the championship.